They said never forget, but people forgot. I remember a time where everyone lived as the man in the arena. And today you have to ask yourself the question, are you the man in the stands or the man in the arena? It's an interesting reflection on what our lives have become. You know, I can recall back on September 11th, back in 2001, and the unity that people had, and society has forgotten. You know, many people remember how the world was 9/20 and going forward from that day, when people started to find out and how people went out of their way to help each other. We live in a world today where people have forgot, where there is ego superiority, and we actually see people tearing each other down, then going out of their way to pick each other up. In today's lesson, we're going to reflect on Theodore Roosevelt and what he taught us about the man in the arena. You know, on that day, you know, we saw so many people go out of their way to do things to help others. What can I do? People coming to total strangers. In today's world, it's actually very difficult to come together with others. Many people are rooted in the ego. They said never forget, but it seems like society has forgotten. If you're just stumbling on this live stream, please could you hit the like button right now? It will help others find this message. Hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. We have daily videos at the 9 o'clock hour Eastern time to help keep you motivated for your everyday life. And that's where we need to stay focused on right now, is being motivated and being the man in the arena. When you are trying to create something, when you want to do and go above and beyond, you know, you can't be afraid to be the man in the arena or the mama in the arena. It's good to see you. We're live. If you're new to the channel, you should take part of the live streams. They are tremendous. But today we want to seriously take a time to reflect on the way of the world at that time and what the world has become. A lot of us, you know, have seen the change. If you could reflect back, please, in the comments, write what you remember how society was and how society came together. We all came together. Now everyone has an ego. Everyone's a critic. Everyone is tearing each other down. But all we have to do is start the momentum going back the other way. Go back to greater times. It was a great time back in 2001 for unity. After those events, the man in the arena, it is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. Theodore Roosevelt. Back in 2001, so many people went out of their way to start missions, to start things, to help others, to create things. And you know what? Over the course of time, you might stumble. But when you are out there and you're trying to make the world a better place, so many people tried to make the world a better place back in 2001. We have to revisit that time period. We have to revisit that energy at this time. Are you the man in the stands or the man in the arena? The warrior in the arena? You know, Theodore Roosevelt, you know, that quote is really insightful to what has happened to the world. If you have seen a change in society since 2001, why don't you leave it in the comments? When we have unity, collectively we're greater than the sum of our parts. And we could actually, you know, we could see how people thrive. There was so much thriving after those events and the things and people that came together. I want you to reflect in the comments if you lived and experienced that time. Leave your experiences post the events of that day and where the world was and how society came together. You saw total strangers were your brothers because the world almost stopped. The machine of the world stopped and people, they started seeing their brothers and sisters. They said never forget, but society has forgotten. It's time to really reflect on that unity of the time. Believe that you can, and you're halfway there. As a society, if we believe we can, we're halfway there. It's the inexhaustible belief, the biology of belief. And then we start creating. It was a moment where so many people, so a lot of people don't live in the now moment. We had major events. Major events, the consciousness of humanity caused even a spike in the Schumann resonance at the time. Everyone's consciousness, everyone was conscious, having a more awake and aware experience at that time. You know, we were shook out of our routines and rituals, the subconscious programs that we ran through every single day. And all of a sudden we were shook. And now we were having a more present existence. And that's why we saw the greatness of humanity during that time period, because we weren't running in the subconscious. We weren't concerned with 5 years from now. We weren't concerned with this or that. We were actually concerned with our brothers and sisters. Trauma. A lot of trauma was dished out. When you witness these events, trauma is collected in the subconscious mind, and over many years, you know, trauma healing for those that lived through 9/11, even myself, in the subconscious mind, you know, you live here and you look at these buildings that you see every single day, and then you actually you witness it and you see it firsthand. So there's definitely something that hits the subconscious mind, and you carry that with you. It's really important to heal the traumas. You know, this is just an example. There are many traumatic experiences that any person could go through. And, you know, we as a society, we have to come together. Remember the unity that we had at the time. You know, the way of the world in the past few years, the ego superiority complex, that was not part of 2001. Once again, the ego superiority complex was not part of 2001. Now in today's world, we have to go back to that time period where we all came together. So stay focused on that and ask yourself the question, are you the man in the stands or you are the man in the arena? Everyone got up that day and was in the arena. And it was that way for quite some time. And you just felt it was just a different vibe. Everyone was, you know, society is so disconnected in this year and time. But there was such unity, you know, we were all together and just, it It was actually, even though it was a, sometimes, that's why God sometimes gives us a great shaking. God will shake us up a little bit. God shakes us to help us remember. And when you think about the great shaking that we had, that's why we had it, to bring us back together and wake up and say, what's going on? What's really important? What's really important in life? You could leave it in the comments. What's really important in life? So, remember that many people are dealing with healing the traumas of the subconscious mind of that time, and really stay focused in being in the arena. Don't worry about things that try to throw you off your path. Just keep going, no matter what. I know many people resonate with making the world a better place. You have this vocation or drive within you. Just stay in the arena. Because the critics on the couch, the ones that really aren't doing much, don't let them deter you from your goals, your dreams, and aspirations. You have the ability to change timelines, to create new worlds, and bring all of our brothers and sisters together. If you'd like to get back together with our brothers and sisters, we have Zoom meetings and live streams on Patreon. The link is in the description if you'd like to join Patreon. It's really been a wonderful and exciting experience on Patreon, and that's really what we need to stay focused on. We have to stay focused on becoming all together, and really those meetings, it just shows you, everyone respects each other, and we all are sharing together as equals. And that's where we need to stay focused on moving forward. Knowing that these are our brothers and sisters, and to think about, if, and again, I know many people are tuning in from different ages, so some people don't remember, really like what it was going on at that time. But to see the change in the world. And many people are actually sharing and commenting about this today. It's really important to share. Think about how we were all together at that time. And look at the world now. Everyone's separated. That's your brother and sister right there. And instead of actually coming together, they're coming apart. So today, moving forward, be the man in the arena and just shine your light. That's all you actually need to do, is just shine your light. Just be yourself. Just don't live in fear. That was all the time. There was no fear. Don't live in fear. Never forget. Come together. But over time, people forget. And that's why God shook us at that time, to bring us together. When we come together, we're able to create so much more, because collectively we're greater than the sum of our parts. I love each and every one of you. Focus on being the man in the arena. We have daily videos at 9 a.m. Eastern time. Please subscribe to this channel, and we keep you motivated. We keep you going every single day. It's not an easy time period, and that's the energy that we have to stay focused on. Just keep going. Just show up every single day. I'll give you in an example. This event, the 9/11 event, it doesn't happen all the time. So people didn't know what to do. They just showed up. You just do stuff. You figure it out. There's no book. There's no book that tells you, what are we supposed to do during a catastrophic event? What are we supposed to do to pick each other up? There's no book on that. You're just going to have to feel it intuitively. You're just going to have to go to your heart chakra. An electromagnetic field 5,000 times greater than your brain. You come out of the brain and you actually go into the heart and you feel the drive, and then you'll find yourself in the arena on a daily basis. And that's where we need to be. Not a once in a lifetime, but on a daily basis. Show up. Don't be the man in the stands. Be the man in the arena. And so it is. I love you all. I hope that this is helpful for you. We have a new post up on Patreon. We have a couple of new posts up on X. Head over to X and check them out. Read them and really stay focused on a daily basis. Start the day off right. That's why we start our day off at 9 a.m. every single day. And you know what? These vibrations carry you throughout the day. And then in the end, you'll become the person that you came here to be. I love you all. I hope this message helps you. Bye for now.